joined on the phone line by lawyer Akuffo Addo. He's a private legal practitioner and also a security expert. Good morning to you, lawyer Akuffo. Many thanks for your time.
Good morning to you and to your cherished listeners.
Lawyer Akuffo, the chairman of Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament, Mr. Bernie Champon, says he advised the National Security Minister not to make public details of the president's foreign travels. This morning, our question is simple. Is it advisable to make the travels of our president public? If so, when do we do that? Before or after?
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, information is the heartbeat of every democracy. In Sego Moses versus the Minister of Transport during the bus branding issue, the Human Rights Court said that having access to information is a human right and that every citizen is bound to have information, but gives a caveat that unless it will be prejudicial to the security of the state. Now, let's juxtapose that to revealing the cost of presidential travels. If it will affect the security of the president, then it means that information cannot be divulged. But in situations where people have stated that it cost the president $14,000 an hour to be flying that plane and others, if it is not $14,000, what can they tell us that will not prejudice the security of the president? This is all we want to know. Information is, and once we've passed the Freedom of Information Act, unless it will prejudice the security of the state, I think such information can be divulged.
From your perspective as a security expert, like you've mentioned, unless it will prejudice the security of a president, it falls within my question. Would it then prejudice the security of the president?
Of course. If anything will lead to a situation where the security, people can then say or try to look at the itinerary of the president during his travels, because they can also equally pay an amount like that to maybe even trail the president, then in a way it is prejudicing or it can lead to threats that will threaten the security of the presidency. For example, I know 1 hour costs $8,000. So I want to get the president to be assassinated. So I'll go and look for the same amount and also go and hire another plane, trail the president, and also maybe go and commit something like that. If it can lead to any threats, anything that would threaten the security of the president, nobody would say that that information should be divulged.
But for transparency, purposes, people who are asking for this information, are their demands possibly in the right direction, considering transparency?
Of course, like I said, in Moses Sego versus the Minister of Transport, the bus branding saga in 2017, the Human Rights Court said that having access to information is a human right. And it is stated in the Universal Declaration on Human Rights, as well as the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which has been rehashed in the International Convention on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. So having access to information is a fundamental human right.
But
unless, like the Human Rights Court added, it will affect or prejudice the security of the state, or will affect public sensibility. Yes.
So let's juxtapose that with the justification that the honorable member gave, that the vehicle that the president travels in is inconsequential in these matters for as long as we want to play matters or play politics with it. He reckons that when the president travels, he comes back with goodies. So we shouldn't be worried about the cost implications.
very well. I don't know what they might have been advised by maybe the Air Force, because normally it's the Air Force that is in charge of these presidential travels, air defenses, and others. They are in charge. I don't know what they might have said or giving the minister, hence the statement. But I think if the information must be divulged and it will not compromise the security of the president, it can be given. But if only and it will compromise the security of the president, then it should not be given.
So you look at the response by the honorable member for Abetifi, Brian Champong. Is it enough to put an end to those asking for, or this issue of asking for accounts of the president travels? Hello, Lawyer Tufo.
You see, like I've stated, I don't want to make categorical statement that it should be given or it should not be given, and that some members of parliament are asking for the cost, and so when that is given, it will also divulge that security that they want to keep. But then, information about presidential travels, information about cost, if the cost is in the public interest, it should be divulged. If the cost, because after all, it's we the taxpayers who pay for these travels. And if only it will not undermine the president or the security of the president, why can't it be given? It should be given.
All right. Well, thank you, Lawyer Akuffo Addo, for your time with us this morning.
I'm extremely grateful. Thank you.
All right. So you have the Lawyer Akuffo Addo. He's a private legal practitioner and a security analyst.